Today on the channel, big figure, Marvel Select Titanium Man. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Select unboxing and review. And today we've got Titanium Man. But remember, for all your Marvel Select figures and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So Marvel Select Titanium Man, it seems like we've been waiting an eternity for this one. I want to say pre-orders went up early February, supposedly for an April ship date. Like a lot of things in this world right now, delayed till September, but it is finally here. It's finally time to unbox this, see what all the fuss is about, if there is any fuss on this one. And we're going to do it like we do all the reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, and we'll see where it goes from there. So let's take a look at Titanium Man. Big Marvel Select box, we're used to this. Big, huge window, big, huge figure. You guys know Marvel Select figures. If I'm buying Marvel Select, usually it's going to be the bigger figures, but I dabble in a few other ones. But the big figures are what always catches my eye, and that's exactly what this one does. Little glamour shot down there, the old Titanium Man. Magneto, Titanium Man, and Crimson Dynamo, I think all became very popular because we all know Paul McCartney and Wings. They sang about the Crimson Dynamo, the Titanium Man, and Magneto, of course. It made them very popular. It really brought them to my parents' generation that didn't know comic books, and Titanium Man a big part of that. So there's a little FYI if you guys didn't know that out there. Marvel Select right there, Titanium Man, of course. Big glamour shot on the side, looking pretty cool there. And then in the back, we've got Titanium Man. Then we got both pictures. We got the full-on armor picture, and then we got a picture to the side there with the head. We got a little blurb, of course, UPC's warnings down below. Let's read the back. Let's see what it says about our old buddy Titanium Man. Numerous villains have made up Iron Man's gallery of enemies, with many of them similarly armor-based in order to counter Iron Man's abilities. The Russians have created both the Crimson Dynamo and Titanium Man to try and stop the threat posed by Iron Man, and they have fought Stark through numerous iterations. This collector's edition action figure of Titanium Man is based on his appearance in classic Marvel Comics, 16 points of articulation, interchangeable head and hands. So there it is. Now, Titanium Man has been different sizes over the years. I go back to my first incarnation of toys of Titanium Man back in the day was the Toy Biz days. He had a little bit bigger figure than the standard ones. He's always been fairly big. I don't know if he's been this big, but if you look at older comics and stuff, it really works out. I think this is okay, and I think this does display okay with Marvel Legends. We'll compare him to the rest of his team at the end of the video. But first, we got to unbox him. We got to get him out of the package. Big packaging, as we know. There it is. Can I get it? Come on. There it is. There it is. There it is. We got a big one. There it is. See you later off to the side. Get out of here. We got a little pamphlet. Marvel Select always promoting. I always appreciate it. We've seen this exact pamphlet numerous times. There it is. There's the whole friendly gang. That Hulk figure, that's next level. That's my strongest recommendation. And get that Hulk if you don't have it. A few more on the side over here. So there it is. See you later. Goodbye. All right, he's buckled in big time. He's a big plastic prison for the old Titanium Man. Look at that. Big, big, hulking, big, huge figure in the plastic prison. No paint applications, no scuffs. I don't see anything going on. Digging deep, but we got to cut him out. We got a lot of twist ties. They didn't want this big figure escaping. And I guess we appreciate that. As annoying as it is, we appreciate our figures coming the way we want them to come in the package. Not dismantled, not messed up, paint scuffs. You guys know the whole drill. Cut that out. There it goes. And get this hand out. There it goes. All right. Can we get him out? Can we get him out? Holy cow. There it is. Maybe. There's the head. Oh, did I miss the hand? I missed the hand with the old scissors. There it is. All right, we're getting there. There it is. See you later off to the side. Twist tie, twist tie, twist tie. Get out of here. All right, let's dig in. Let's dig in, see what this Titanium Man's all about here. He's got 2 fisted hands on him. You guys know I love a good fisted hand. And then he's got 2 open hands. So choose your own adventure, as they say. I think you need at least 1 open hand on this one and 1 fisted hand. I think that's a good combination. But you can choose which one you want to go. I appreciate the extra hands there, so that looks good. And then we get the helmet. Oh, and I got a little paint scuff on the side. A little white right there. But almost a comical robot-type head on him on this one. It looks good, but it doesn't look very menacing. It doesn't look very mean. It looks very 70s Iron Man artwork, I guess is what that would be. So that's not a terrible thing. I have to think my first impression of this figure is I will have the helmet on him. You could also have him holding his helmet. So you got some options there with the helmet. But let's get into the big figure here. Let's see this hulking big figure. How's he looking? Ooh, I do see, first thing I catch on this ear is he's got some overspray of the green. So he's got a little green, there's a little green behind the gills, I guess you'd say. The iron from the head there. Huh. So that's a little disappointing, some overspray. Both ears have green on the back of his ears. So that's a little bit disappointing. But I don't think I'm going to use this head, so that's okay. But unfortunately, we have a little scrape on the side of this one. I got a little bit of oil residue on this guy as well, up on the shoulders. Kind of a little oil stain almost. Doesn't seem to rub off. I don't know, a little bit greasy. He's got a little greasiness to him. He does got a big diaphragm. You got a lot of movement with that diaphragm there. No waist. Arms up and down, of course. Elbows, removable, moving hands. A little loose there. A little loose at the elbow. Head is removable. You can move around. Some of the articulation of the head is limited by his big chin and beard. You can turn it to the side. Oh, weird. Okay, well, that just falls basically off. The head is easily removable here, as you can just pop that thing off very easily. Sometimes these Marvel Selects will fight you a little bit. You'll have to maybe even heat it up in some instances, but not here. Got a very static color throughout the whole thing. A very dark green, a little bit of shiny metallic, but a pretty dark forest green going on here. Some spots are a little darker than others, so that's just some paint imperfections. So there's some paint issues with this one. From the naked eye, looking at the package, it looked very good. But the ears, of course, and then the scrape on the head, and then just some of the paint not kind of blending well. You can see it was painted differently. Maybe that is a little tough thing to do when you're trying to go this dark forest green throughout. Let's pop this head off and see, how do we like this one there better? Does it look better? And that slides right on. It doesn't really pop, it just kind of slides in, which is interesting. I think I like this better. This looks more, I don't know, pops a little bit more on my shelf. Even with the different skin tone, as this puts it all into one color, that head with the human skin tone does make that pop a little bit. But I think I like the looks of this better. Something about it looks a little special, but gosh, I don't know, guys. I don't know about that grease up top. That really does catch my eye now that I can't unsee it, as some people would say. The ankle articulation, a little weak on the right one, too. Almost need some of that quick stuff or the floor polish trick that people do to tighten that joint up. A little bit loose there, so that is disappointing. But he does stand okay, as you can see. But a big hulking figure. You guys know I'm a sucker for a big figure, especially on my, that I can smoke and mirrors in with my Marvel Legends figures. And speaking of Marvel Legends, let's grab the rest of the Winter Guard out there. We got a few of the guys here. Here we go. Got old Dark Star. Stand her there. So you can kind of see this height difference here going on. What do we think about the old Red Guardian? It's crazy. I'm sure this Red Guardian is extremely hard to get right now. It cost a lot more than it used to. I remember it was on clearance for $8 shipped on Amazon for a while, a few years back. People would love to pay that price at this point in time for that, I'm sure. And we got Ursa Major here, one of my favorite Build-A-Figures of all time. I don't know if he should be about that same size. That might be where your Smoke and Mirrors gets a little weird. I think Ursa Major is usually bigger than Titanium Man, or at least the same size. So right here's a little bit of a point difference. And then Crimson Dynamo, another big figure. Titanium Man was always bigger than Crimson Dynamo in my memory, the cartoons, the Toy Biz toys back in the day. Crimson Dynamo actually was usually Iron Man side. That's how I remember the sizing of Crimson Dynamo. I don't really remember the big hulked up one, but things change for the comics throughout the years, as you guys are fully aware of, just like I am. But I'm going to display him with the rest of his team. This is the way I'm going to go. It's interesting we haven't got one of him from Marvel Legends, and I kind of feel like Marvel Legends takes a look at the Select, Diamond Select, Marvel Select figures and say, well, they got Titanium Man, let's put Titanium Man off a few years. We're not going to do that. And I kind of feel that's where they're going, because I'm kind of shocked we haven't got a Titanium Man. I guess we would have if he would have been in the Iron Man movies, and, you know, we would have probably got one, but no dice. No dice as of right now. But for me, I think you could smoke and mirror these together. You guys, what do you think? Is your Titanium Man this big? Is he smaller in your eyes? You guys tell me in the comments. It really is up to personal preference, I guess, at the end of the day. For me, it works. This is a big team. This is a big hulking team. This is going to take up a big shelf in my collection. Got to find room for them somewhere. But pretty cool here if you ask me. I like this for a $25 price point or so on this Titanium Man. It's a good price. I would recommend looking closer at the figure and make sure it's got everything you want. Like I said, on the side of this, there's a little white scuff. There's a little greasiness that is a bit of a stain up there on the shoulders. I'm not sure if they're all that way, so if you guys have one, feel free to let me know in the comments. But that is some watch outs with that Titanium Man. But pretty good articulation for this size of a figure. Head removable with the extra head is cool. The extra set of hands. There is a lot to like here, especially since we haven't got a Marvel Legends representation of Titanium Man. So I think for all of that, when you put all that in a ball together, I would strongly recommend picking up this Titanium Man. At least for the time being, $25 price point, I don't think you can really go wrong right there. So you guys, though, in the comments, tell me your thoughts on Titanium Man. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're picking this one up or if it's an easy pass for you. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram. Of course, Pro Wrestling Tees, search Kyle Peterson. And then Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. If you're interested in a Titanium Man, grab him while you still can at a good price. So there it is. For the Titanium Man from Marvel Select, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.